Hey, hey, welcome back to the weekly edit. My name is Antoinette, and I am a certified life coach for parents of autistic children. And it is my mission in life to make this journey easier for you. How are you all doing today? It is a little gloomy in Charlotte today, but it is still hot, so we are thankful for that. All right, so excuse me, today's concept is this: decide what you give. Now, this doesn't mean giving more or giving less or becoming all cold and standoffish or shut everybody out or not become the mother who suddenly announces, I am unavailable for all humans indefinitely, and walks away into the sunset with noise cancelling headphones and a dramatic scarf. And honestly, some days that actually does sound very appealing. But that's not what I mean. What I mean is this. So many of us are giving without consciously deciding or thinking about it. We give our time, we give our energy, we give our attention, we give our advice, we give our emotional capacity, our evenings, our work, our weekends, our peace. We give other people access to us, and then that starts to turn into resentment. And this is where it gets interesting because most of us think resentment means that someone else is taking too much of us. And sometimes, yes, that is true, but often resentment is also showing us where we are giving without agreement, without agreeing to it, without being honest with ourselves, without doing it with a clean yes, without boundaries, without asking ourselves, do I actually want to give this or do this? And this is just what we as autistic parents do. We give a lot because that's what our lives require of us. We're not just parenting in the traditional sense. We're always thinking ahead, we're preparing, we're regulating ourselves while we're regulating our kiddos. We manage appointments and school and decisions and opinions, sensory needs and transitions, all of it. And then we also have regular life. That was just autism. Now we've got a regular life as well, our day-to-day lives. We're trying to be a good partner or a good employee or a business owner or a good daughter or a good human. It is a lot. Nobody's denying that. So when I say decide what you give, I am saying it because your energy matters so much. Your capacity matters. Your nervous system matters. Your life matters. And if you're constantly giving from guilt or fear or obligation or people pleasing, me, definitely, then eventually your body and your heart is going to be sending you invoices and not little ones, big ones. And those invoices often arrive as resentment. And you may notice yourself thinking, why does everybody need me? Why does it always fall on me? Why is everybody asking things of me? Why do I have to handle everything? Why can't people just figure it out? And you're tired, not just physically tired, you are soul tired. Tired of being the place everything lands, tired of the one who knows, who remembers, who anticipates, who adjusts, who explains, who keeps everybody calm and regulated. You are allowed to decide what you give. You are allowed to be loving and have limits. You are allowed to care deeply and still say, I can't do that today. You're allowed to be an incredible mother and not be endlessly available. You're allowed to support people without becoming their emotional storage unit. This is where many of us get stuck. We confuse love with unlimited access. We think If I love my child, I must give everything. If I love my partner, I must make it easy for them. If I love my family, I must keep explaining. If I love my friend, I must always be available to be on the phone every time she phones. If I'm a good person, I must help. But love and overgiving are not the same thing. Love is clean. Overgiving gets sticky. Love feels generous. Overgiving feels yuck, feels shitty. Love is, I choose this. Overgiving says, I have no choice. And this is the part I want you to look at because so many times we tell ourselves, I don't have a choice. But you have a lot more choice than you think. Now, of course, there are going to be moments, especially in autism parenting, where there are real needs that must be met. There are going to be times when your kiddo is going to need a lot. There's going to be moments when you are going to need to step in or where a situation requires your attention. But even then, you get to decide what your relationship is with that giving. You get to decide to give from leadership. You get to decide whether you abandon yourself in the process. You get to decide whether you get to ask for help, whether you tell the truth, whether you get to decide whether you keep pretending that you are fine when you're actually not. So at our school, we have started this group, small group of parents that we have formed to appreciate the staff at the school because they are doing a lot for our kids and they are doing amazing work. And when we started this group, we all had these grand ideas about what we could do and um, the parties we could throw. And it was a lot until we needed to start doing something. And then everybody realized that it was actually a lot of work. And the lady who chairs the group, she is absolutely amazing. And she did the most wonderful thing. When she realized that this was actually a little bit too much to handle, because she did take on a lot, she just said, listen, everybody has got to take responsibility for certain events and run with that because I can only do so much. I love being here. I love doing this, but this is what I'm available for. And all of us felt it in ourselves that, yes, that is it. She set her boundary and we all accepted that. So the goal is to become more honest with yourself. Where are you overgiving? Where am I saying yes when I mean no? Where am I offering advice when I actually just want to listen? Where am I rescuing someone because I don't want to feel uncomfortable? Where am I doing things because I want to be seen as good or kind? And many of us learned to be needed before we learned to be honest. We learned to be helpful before we learned to have boundaries. We learned how to keep the peace before we learned to tell the truth. So there are three steps I want you to consider. The first one is tell the truth. Just start there. Where are you resentful? Where are you feeling drained? Where do you feel that tightening in your chest or that resistance when somebody asks for something? Where do you go, sure, no problem? And then you're fuming and very resentful when you're actually doing the thing. This is a sign that something needs attention. Resentment is not negative, see it as information. It's that internal notification that says, listen, we need to renegotiate this. And the second step is look at your participation. So it may be easier to say, they are always asking. They always dump their problems on me. My partner doesn't help. My family doesn't understand. But the next question is, where do I keep saying yes? And where do I keep problem solving and advising or staying on the phone? And where have I not clearly asked for what I need? And where am I still trying to convince people that are completely committed to misunderstanding? So this isn't about blaming. This is about taking your power back. Because the problem that is out there, if it's out there, then you have to wait for everybody else to change before you feel better. And that, my friends, is a very long queue. Some people are still standing in that queue with snacks and folding chairs. But when you look at your own participation, you can start changing the pattern. You stop offering for what you don't want to do anymore. You stop explaining. You can stop saying yes automatically. You can stop volunteering your energy before you've checked in with yourself if you actually have anything to give. All right, the third step is decide what you're willing to give. Now, this is where you can do it cleanly. You can say, I can listen, but I'm just not up for giving any advice. I can help with this for 30 minutes. I can attend this meeting, but I want to speak about these three things. I'll talk to you, but not right now. I love you, but I'm just not available for this right now. I'm happy to support you, but I'm not going to carry this for you. I need help. I'm not doing this alone. Can you feel the difference? No drama, no aggression, no door slamming, just simply the truth. Because when we don't tell the truth, resentment starts to talk for us. It seeps into our tone of voice, it seeps into our body, it seeps into the way we pack a lunchbox. It leaks into the emails that we answer, or the people we talk to. We snap at our husband because they left a spoon in the sink and they shouldn't have. And it's not about that. It was never about those things. It's about what you are willing to give. So today, I want you to ask yourself, what do I want to choose? And let it come from love, from leadership, not obligation. And the part that I love the most, when you decide to give, your giving becomes more powerful. It's part of the foundation. And I am all about taking our power back as parents of autism. So this week, I want you to choose one area, just one. It could be at work, it could be with your partner, it could be with your kiddo's school, it could be with a friend or a family member. What am I willing to give here or do here? This is what I can do. This is what I can't do. This is what I need. This is what I'm available for. And remember, people are not going to love it immediately, and that is okay. You are not setting those boundaries for other people. You're setting them for yourself so that your nervous system can stop living like it's an overbooked hotel lobby. So, this is your weekly edit for the week. So, remember, don't ignore that resentment. Don't judge it. Just listen to it. And then your next powerful question, which is not complicated at all, is what am I willing to give? This is what I can give. And that's enough. All right, my friends, please join me in the private Facebook group to discuss further, or if you want to leave any comments. And also, I am so excited that I am now offering once off one-on-one calls. So there's no commitment except that the call you're going to get on. So if you've got a problem, bring it. Come, let's talk, let's figure it out, let's solve the problem. One problem at a time, basically, because I want to make this journey easier for you. So the link is going to be below, and I will either see you on the call or we'll chat next week. Thanks. Bye bye.